Fatties, Grunts, Admin, SweetBananaGaming here, and this is a new series, my Pokemon Soul Silver Randomizer Nuzlocke. Not exactly the most original thing in the world, but hey, I've never done a randomizer Nuzlocke before, so this is a new thing for me. And the cool thing about randomizers to me is that it's something different every time. You never know what Pokemon you're gonna get. So, normally, this is of course a ROM in order to do the randomizer. I do not, as a general rule, like to endorse the use of ROMs. I prefer that you at least buy the original release first and then maybe try out a ROM. ROM hacks, though, I'm okay with, and randomizers I'm okay with because it brings something different to the table. With that being said, you should probably still buy the original games first before you go and try any ROM hacks or randomizers. But enough of that out of the way, there's just sort of my disclaimer. On my personal channel, I did start off doing ROMs of Pokemon games, but I didn't have my 3DS capture card yet, so I kind of rationalized this was the only way I was going to be able to do it until I got that. Now that I have it, I figure that I'll only do ROMs when it's a ROM hack or a randomizer like this. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm excited. I'm also excited because I know I'm new to the party on this. I'm a little late to the party, that is. But I figured out how to map my PlayStation 3 controller to this, to whatever, the emulator. So I can use it as a controller. The only problem I'm having is that when I restart the computer, I have to remap the buttons all over again. And I'm saving the settings. If any of you guys can let me know, I think it might be an issue with my computer recognizing the controller. It recognizes it as a different piece of hardware every time, maybe. Or maybe it's the PlayStation 3 controller. Or maybe it's the emulator itself, Desmume. I don't know if Desmume is how you say it, but that's how it's spelled. D-E-S-M-U-M-E. For all of your DS emulating purposes. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how to keep these buttons mapped, so as of right now, I'm gonna have to remap them every time I record an episode, which is kind of annoying, which means later on, if I get the chance, I'll probably record multiple episodes at a time. But anyway, enough of this talk. You guys don't need to really hear most of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and yawn. Is it already that late? You don't know what time it is. Alright, here's Professor Oak. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things you should know about this world. He's talking so slow, I can't wait until we get to increase the text speed. As always, that is the best thing. You know, though, I do have a speed up button here. ×8 it should be, but I want to try not to use it except for doing things like grinding, or if a battle's really tedious. Things like that, or tedious like walking. Now, are you a boy or are you a girl? Won't you please tell me? Alright, well, it is 2016, so I guess he can't tell just by looking at us. We are a girl. I'm gonna go with that. I kind of like the girl player character. I prefer Chris from Pokemon Crystal. I prefer her design a lot. But this one, Lyra, is kind of cool too. We're gonna call ourselves Sweet, like we did last time. Now this, the way this randomizer worked, I have not tested this copy of the ROM yet, but I did some test files of the ROM, and I got the trainers and the Pokemon to be randomized. And full disclosure, the one thing that I did kind of peek ahead in this game is to see what the starters were. I don't remember them now. I don't remember what my starters were anymore, because I checked this like a week or so ago. But, man, I gotta lower the volume on this, it's too loud. I'm gonna figure that out later. Anyway, I don't remember what the starters are now, so it doesn't really count as I cheated, but I did kind of peek ahead just to make sure that I kind of had 3 potentially viable starters, because, you know, we don't want to get stuck with a Magikarp or even like a Kakuna, you know, something that you just can't complete the game with. And you could say, oh, we'll just pick something else, but I want 3 usable starters because I'm going to be selecting my starter at random. So before we do that, though, let's go ahead into options and get that text speed on fast. Also, in my test runs, I liked this frame, so we're gonna go with that. Playing with shift mode because it's randomized anyway. Okay, we have Okay, so the way that this randomization thing works for picking your starter, the way most people do it anyway, is taking the last digit of your trainer ID. If it's 1, 2, 3, you pick whatever the grass starter would have been, 4, 5, 6. You pick the water or fire starter, 7, 8, 9. You pick the water starter. Let me make sure I said that right. Grass starter 1, 2, 3, fire starter 4, 5, 6, water starter 7, 8, 9. And if it's a 0, you move to the next number over to the left. As you can see, we got a 7, so we're gonna go with whatever the Totodile option in this game is. Alright, here is one case where I am going to use the speed up button. Also, I might end up using the speed up button at times if the game starts running a little slow. This ROM tends to run slow on my computer, and I know it's because my computer probably still has too much junk on it. And yeah, it's a bit of an older computer. I got it 6 years ago, yeah. We could talk to our rival here, I guess. We don't know he's gonna be our rival just yet. So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? He's gonna kick us out, and that's alright. So let's go ahead and go visit Professor Elm. Let's speed up a little bit here. Alright. Hi, Sweet. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days. But before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with Pokemon. Just like your friend Ethan does. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon. But walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could have something to do with how Pokemon grow or evolve. So I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside this Pokemon outside of its Pokeball to see if this brings any special feelings or bonds between Pokemon and people? That was a mouthful. Alright, I'm gonna do it. He's gonna get a call, I'm gonna speed that up. Yeah, I'm gonna use the speed up button for getting past cutscenes that are taking too long. We're gonna go visit Mr. Pokemon. I'm sorry, I want to skip through this because I played through this part so many times, testing out the randomization, and I just want to get going with this thing. I'm excited. We're gonna pick whatever our water starter is, but we're gonna take a look at all of them. Hello? Is it working? Do I have to touch it? Do I have to use the mouse? Or did it freeze? I think it froze. Hold up. Okay, so after messing around with some stuff, something went wrong. I believe I'm going to have to hit that restart button, so I will cut away and be right back. Okay, so I did reset the game, and I'm gonna try it from here. I saved now, so even if it goes wrong, I can restart from here again, because I went through the whole intro and all that. Now, the only thing is, our trainer ID got changed, so as you can see, the last digit is 0, so we move one over to the left, and it's the next to last digit is 2, so that means we are going to instead, I guess, find the grass type. Why is there a problem with this? It's still not working? I went through so many test runs of this, and it was working. Hold up. Hold up, I'm gonna try again. I'll be right back. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, so basically what I did now, I think it's working. I made a copy of the ROM, started a new game, which means I got a new trainer card, and guess what? We had Totodile, then Chikorita, now we have the Cyndaquil choice because we have 4. But it should work now, so we get to see what the randomized starters are at last. Yeah, we have Larvitar in place of Chikorita, Rhyhorn in place of Totodile, and Spheal instead of Cyndaquil. See, these are all pretty good choices. I would have to say Spheal is probably the best choice of the 3. All of them kind of evolve at fairly high levels. But Spheal's a pretty good choice. The fact that it's got water typing means that it's, you know, one of the starter types that the game planned for. Well, it's randomized anyway, so it doesn't matter. But Spheal, I think, is a pretty good choice. It's the one we have to choose anyway, because this is, we would have gotten one of each, but the third time we restarted it, we were given Spheal as our choice, so we're gonna choose Spheal. It's so adorable anyway. Alright, we're gonna give this Spheal a nickname, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a naming theme this time. I'm just gonna think, well, last time in the Wonderlock I did based on original trainer names. I'm gonna give this one, what am I gonna name you? What am I gonna name you? I'm gonna name you... I don't know how to if I spell this right. Roly-poly. No. Roly-poly-oly. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Oh, no, that's what I'm gonna call you, though. I'm gonna call you... I'm just gonna call you Roly. Yeah. 1 L, 2 L's, doesn't matter. I'm gonna call you Roly. Like roly-poly-oly. So, as you can see, of course, in this game, we all know the Pokemon follow you around. That's what makes this Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think, favorites for Pokemon randomizers. Because they're just so awesome to have any Pokemon following behind you. Okay, so what I should do is go over the rules for this randomizer Nuzlocke. The basic Nuzlocke rules apply. Nickname your Pokemon, catch only the first Pokemon on each route. I'm not going to have a level limit. Of course, when Pokemon faint, they die, but I'm not going to have a level limit because I don't know what to expect. I might need to be a little over-leveled so I can be prepared for whatever hits me, but who knows? Alright, here we're going to meet Ethan. I, again, don't much care because I want to get this thing going. I had so many delays leading up to this point. But the other thing, which I have not really done in a previous lock of mine before, is I'm going to allow gift Pokemon as, like, a separate account. Oh, right, I have to see our mom, don't we? I think we do. Darn it. Yeah, I have to get my Pokegear from Mom. Alright, come on. Let's go show Mom our lovely little Roly Spiel. Okay, so I'm gonna... Yeah, I haven't done before where I count gift Pokemon as separate encounters. So let's say... and static Pokemon. So, for example, if I go to the Whirl Islands and get an encounter there, I can also try to catch Lugia. I do not know whether or not static encounters are randomized. I can't say I remember. So, oh, let's look at our Spiel. I know, I'm saying, like, my train of thought is just all over the place. Up special attack, lower speed. That is probably pretty good. You've got a pretty good moveset to start off. Ice Body, not gonna come in handy right away. But yeah, Roly is pretty good. I think so. What do you have to say, Roly? He's a little confused. He's sniffing me. Well, that's kind of cute. Alright, let's walk fast here, because until we get the running shoes, this will be annoying. The good thing about this game is we can... Ah, Professor Elm! It takes so long to get started. It's worse, because the fact that I've played this, like, a dozen times, trying to test out the randomization, kind of makes it worse. But anyway, my train of thought. I don't know for sure if static Pokemon were randomized. They might not be, but I guess we'll have to find that out later on. It won't really come into play. It'll come into play for, like, the Pseudo-Wudo. So whether it's a Pseudo-Wudo or whether it's randomized into something else, I'm gonna let myself accept that as an encounter. Also, I think when I get to... I'm trying to think if you can get any other encounters in Goldenrod City. Ooh, Parasect. Let's go ahead and start leveling you up a little bit. Good thing about when you fight evolved Pokemon, you get some more experience right there at the beginning. But anyway, come on, train of thought. I know you can do it. The train of thought needs more coal in the engine. Oh gosh, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Gah, let's play Curse, right? No, but really, I've played through this so many times that I just kind of want to get this section of it over with, because it's like I want to get into the real gameplay. Because I wanted to make sure... Oh yeah, that was the other thing. One time I had to go all the way till after I fought the rival and everything, and then I had to go to where I fought the first trainer, just to make sure trainers were randomized. Because if I'm doing this correctly, I don't think that the first time we battle our rival, he might not have the randomized starter. He might have what his regular starter should be. I don't remember for sure. We're gonna have to test that out. But anyway, now I don't know how far in this I'm going to go. We might leave... We might make it all the way back to Professor Elm and then leave that as our cliffhanger. But first we have to get through this discussion. Yeah, so this is gonna be a little bit slow going for the start. Although actually, I don't know how long this episode actually is, because a lot of the time I've been spending recording was spent working through buggy issues. So once we get things going, it's gonna be a lot better. So just bear with me for right now. Alright, we get the running shoes. Sorry, just trying to adjust the camera there. I can't really see myself in the camera right now when I'm recording something on the screen because of the way things work. Alright, I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit here, break the illusion, and turn... Come on, let me do it. Oh, something to the touch controls not working. Oh wait, can I do it this way? With the PlayStation controller? I'm trying to turn on the running shoes. And I should just be able to click it with my mouse, but apparently the way I configured my controls, it's not working like that. Oh well, for now we'll hold in B. It's not that big of a deal. Later on, I'll fix it. But yeah, so, oh, right, the Nuzlocke. We did run into that Parasect. Ah, old man. We did... Okay, we should be good for now. We have to meet the guy with he gives us the apricorn box, though. That is required. I tried skipping it one time. You have to get it. Which I guess makes sense, because you have to go talk to Kurt eventually. We gotta do the whole Mr. Pokemon Professor Oak thing. And then we'll battle our rival, get our Pokedex, and we can actually begin our true journey. But yeah, we encountered that Parasect earlier on the first route. Obviously, we don't have any Pokeballs or Pokedex yet, so the actual Nuzlocke has not yet begun. So, really, we can do whatever. It doesn't matter how many Pokemon we run into, and the Nuzlocke hasn't started yet. You know what, I think I'm gonna keep this going at 2 times speed. Because that kind of makes it run normal, if that makes any sense. I've been noticing that the frame rate is kind of slow, and I can have the emulator default to run at ×2 speed, which seems like most of the time effectively makes it run closer to normal speed. So I'm gonna go with that. It's still a little bit slow, but it's closer. I will look into some things, see if I can clean up. I removed a lot of my old recordings from my computer to try to make things run a little faster, but we're still in a little bit of a things running slow stage right now. Alright, let's go ahead and water gun this thing. It looks like we have to be careful about knocking out any Pokemon we try to catch once we finally do get Pokeballs. Okay, Rolly's level 6. Almost grew a whole other level from that. Alright, let's go and get this item because why not? Got the antidote. Okay, and I think there's another apricorn tree before we get to Mr. Pokemon. Once we get past that, it'll be better. Like, things are running a little bit slow, but it'll get better, I promise. One thing I might consider, I'm doing webcam. I might check and see if I don't do the webcam, if that makes things run faster. I'll do a test recording, because I want to do the webcam. But if it's going to make things annoying like this, I might just opt out of it. I know it kind of stinks. It's fun to have the webcam sometimes for reaction purposes. Sometimes I'm a little self-conscious, though, because maybe I look bored or something, or I'm not looking the right way, or I have to, you know, I can't do it in my pajamas then. You must be sweet! It was I who sent the email to Professor Elm earlier. You must be Mr. Pokemon. He's gonna give me the mystery egg or whatever. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. The mystery egg. Oh yeah, in a test version, I think the eggs are not randomized, but actually, I don't know if it will be in this case. Anyway, he's gonna heal our Pokemon, our Rolly, and now we're gonna meet Professor Oak. Again, even though we met him in the introduction. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher, but I just introduced myself to you like 10 minutes ago. I was just visiting my friend Mr. Pokemon. I hear you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, was this a rare Pokemon? I see. You must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. I've got an adorable little bouncy ball seal thing. Actually, kind of a baby walrus. Alright, we received the Pokedex, but we don't get Pokeballs yet. That won't happen until we go back to Professor Elm, so that is when the Nuzlocke will properly begin. All this stuff is just fluff, unfortunately. So, let's get out of here. We're gonna get a phone call from Professor Elm. Hello, Sweet? It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please get back here now. Yeah, oops. Hi, Mom, I did not mean to call you. I was just spamming buttons. Okay, so we have to battle our rival on the way back, of course. We'll get to name our rival. I already know what I want to name him, but I'm gonna save that for when we actually name him. I'm gonna try to speed things up to go back here. Oh, right. I forgot. Oh, great. We've got a legendary Pokemon on this route, one of the legendary beasts, and it's a Raikou. I really hope we can run from this thing because... well, I don't know if it has any electric attacks yet, but that will be good experience, I suppose. I just hope if I end up having to try to catch Raikou, that it doesn't have Roar, because that would be sad. We'll probably waste all our Pokeballs trying to catch it anyway. Alright, come on. Can I not run into Pokemon right now? And a Cherim. I could train on these Pokemon. I can't escape. What? Alright, well... oops, I didn't mean to do it twice. I was gonna say, if you're gonna attack us... oh. I kept hitting the up button, but I guess it didn't react. There was like a delayed reaction in it. And then when I hit A, it was still on run. I was gonna say, as long as we're gonna take damage, that means we have to heal when we get back to, Cherry Grove City anyway, so we might as well get a little more experience. Get ourselves to level 7, wants to learn Encore. That could be useful, but nah. Alright. Man, I love... after playing Pokemon Yellow, I've been playing Pokemon Yellow over on my main channel, and I might have told you guys before, but I, right near the beginning, accidentally made Pikachu forget Thundershock for, like, I don't even know, Quick Attack or something, because I was just spamming A, and like, there's no forgiveness in Generation 1. You spam A, decisions are made, and they're permanent. In future generations, you get all these chances, like, especially with forgetting a move. They give you so many chances. Okay, so I have to remember in between episodes, I don't want to mess with, like I said, I don't want to mess with the controls right now, but I have to remember to try to fix the touchscreen options and make it the mouse button. But for now, holding in the B button, or I guess on the PlayStation controller, it's the X button, but whatever. That'll do for now. Alright, now let's get into something interesting, which is our first rival battle. You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. So if this is randomized, one of the randomized starters, well, either of the other two starters, Spheal has the advantage against. So we'll see if we got a randomized one. Sailor Jessica. Oh, and he got a Totodile. But wait. Oh, no, right. We chose the Cyndaquil option. So actually, this is not great for us in terms of type effectiveness. But it can't do too much to us, I guess. We can try to go for the freeze. Freeze hacks there. We're doing similar amount of damage. Oh, that was a crit. That crit's gonna matter, I think. So yeah, but I think it's only not randomized for this first time, because I think it's programmed into the game for him to have a certain Pokemon. But we'll see. In future battles, the rest of his team should be randomized, even if his starter isn't. Okay. But yeah, if that had been, I think it was Rhyhorn was the Totodile option, if that had been Rhyhorn, we would have had an easy time against it. And his name is Sailor Jessica. Give you a little bit of trivia. That would be my real first name. But we are going to give him a real name. A real rival name. Yep, we saw his name. We saw his name was Jessica, but it's okay. I'm going to give him a much more appropriate name for this playthrough. Alright, so we just got to make our way back. I'm going to pick up an Apricorn here. Right here. And actually, we can get 2 encounters right off the bat, because there's the route, I forget the name of it, but there is the route to the north of here, where we can kind of go in the grass and get another Pokemon. So we're gonna have some good options for places to look for Pokemon early on in the game. We're gonna try right now to not encounter anything. And I have to remember, we're gonna have to visit our mother one more time. I forget if I have to go this way. I guess we do. Alright. Now, here we go. So I can't wait to see what we're gonna get. We only saw Parasect on this route. Not super exciting, although stat-wise, a fully evolved Pokemon early on in the game would be pretty good. But alright, we have this whole thing going on. Who are you? We are investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Rule number 1, whoever did it will come back to the site. What are you, a detective? That's okay, Ethan's gonna save us. Hold on a second, she has nothing to do with it. I saw it, there was a red-haired boy looking into the building. What? You battled a boy like that? He must have been the one who did it. Did you happen to get his name? You know, what if Ethan and I were working together, like, to frame this kid? Okay, we're going to name, our character's name is Sweet. We're going to name our rival Sour. It's kind of fitting for his personality anyway. Actually, I could have named him Salty because he's so salty. Oh, darn it. I hit B instead of A. Could have called him Salty because he's so salty that Giovanni left him. His father left him. Alright, we got his name. His name is Sour. This will be the adventure of Sweet and Sour. Okay, what you got for me, Professor Elm? Ethan, yes. Bye, Ethan. Go away. Sweet, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? It's like, oh, on that note, we're gonna give you the egg. Kind of like when we give Professor Oak his parcel at the beginning. So we got a little bit of a mirroring thing here going on. Okay. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokedex? Sweet, is that true? That's incredible. He's superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Yeah, all he did was look at me and look at the Pokemon I was holding. All that happened was Professor Elm gave me a rare Pokemon and Professor Oak was impressed by that. I guess he was impressed by how friendly it seemed to be with me walking around. Okay, now we're gonna get some Pokeball? Oh no, we have to watch a Pokemon catching tutorial by Ethan. That's right, this is, I think, the last tutorial we will have to suffer. Tutorial slash cutscene. Last cutscene we'll have to suffer through for a while. If you don't mind, I'm gonna speed things up here because I think now we've been recording for far too long. So I feel bad for how long this has taken, so I think I'm gonna leave this off. I'm going to get my first encounter. And after I get my first encounter, then of course, then I'll finish the episode and we'll pick things back up. Because I might want to level up whatever I catch a little bit in between, like off-screen. I'll be doing my training off-screen for the most part, because I don't want to waste your guys' time too much. It's a little bit annoying recording on a ROM compared to recording on the actual cartridge. So, anyway, goodbye, Ethan. Thank you for the Pokeballs. Now get on your way, because I got stuff to do. Alright, so, let's see what our encounter is. Our very first encounter for this Nuzlocke, it is that Parasect again. Okay, once again, only level 2. Oh, we didn't heal. That's right. Oh yeah, we could have talked to Mom to set up saving our money, but I don't want to do that, because I'm gonna need money anyway. Ah, it's got dry skin. Well, if I use Powder Snow, it's gonna KO it, so we're gonna have to try for Pokeball. Let's just speed that up. Yeah, I didn't think so. And it's paralyzed us. This is gonna stink. We're gonna have to give up. Yeah, I think we have no choice but to give up our encounter here. We might as well go for the Powder Snow, get some experience out of it if nothing. That's a shame. I was really hoping that if we ran into a Parasect, that it didn't have dry skin, because that's what I was afraid of happening. But let's go ahead and heal. I forgot that we can heal Rolly in Professor Elm's lab, so let's do that. I wanted to hold off the episode, call off the episode after we caught a Pokemon. Since we did not catch this Pokemon, I will give it one more try on that route to the north. Alright, let's go. Such is the annoyance of, well, any Nuzlocke, but a randomizer especially. Because the game is not giving you things that the game was designed to give you at early stages in the game, like with high enough catch rates. Like a level 2, you know, Pidgey or whatever, you could probably manage to catch with the Pokeball at full health. Not a level 2 Parasect. I mean, I could have kept trying, but I did not want to waste all my Pokeballs on that when it wasn't even shaking once. So now we only have 3 more Pokeballs. Oh, a Cacturn. That would have been... Well, it would have been a little bit better because we could have at least damaged it with Water Gun. Because it wouldn't have had Dry Skin. I'm tempted to go over and buy more Pokeballs. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. Because with the randomizer, you never know what you're going to get. You can never get too many Pokeballs. So let's make this a detour here. Do-do-do-do-do. I do have to finish things up pretty quickly, though, because I have somewhere to be. Alright. Go here quickly. Another encounter. See what else we could have missed out on. Oh, Wailmer. Well, I guess that would have been better than our situation with Parasect. But considering the fact that we already have a water type, it's not the end of the world that we didn't get a Wailmer right now. Could always use a backup, though. Alright, let's hurry up and get some Pokeball. Alright, I have to hold in B for the running shoes. Run even faster. Alright, let's go in. Oh. I was walking into the window thinking that was the door. I don't know what is wrong with me today. Okay, let's buy a bunch of Pokeballs. Yeah, so we have 15 now. And we got... Did we get one Premier Ball or multiple? We bought... We should only get one, because it only goes by for every 10 you buy. Yeah. So I have a Premier Ball, not that big of a deal, but at the beginning of the game, it's like getting a bonus Pokeball, because they have the same catch rate. And I personally, I don't know if I'd say the Premier Ball is my favorite Pokeball design, because I do like the classic Pokeball design, and I like a few of the others, like the more colorful ones. But there's something nice and sleek about the inverted colors on the Premier Ball. That catching a Pokemon in a Premier Ball is pretty cool. Alright, so let's... I wasn't even running, and I triggered a wild Pokemon encounter. And a Cherubi. Well, that's interesting. We can find Cherubi on this route, and Cherim on the other route we were at, north of Cherry Grove. Oh, Cherry Grove! That explains it! We have Cherubi and Cherim bordering Cherry Grove City. That is appropriate. Okay. Let us go. Hurry up and catch this thing, whatever we have over here. We've been running into a lot of grass types, that is for certain. Okay. Let's go over to whatever this route is. Route 46. It's only a piece of Route 46. We can come here later in the game, but I don't want to wait that long. I want my encounter now. Let's speed it up. A Clefable. I'm a little torn on this because, you know, it will learn... Oh, hopefully Clefable's special defense. Well, if I can't damage it without knocking it out, I can't catch it anyway. Okay, that was perfect. It's got Metronome, which is scary. Alright, Wish is alright. I guess. Unless it doesn't fully heal you. Alright, we gotta catch it with this, I think. Alright, we caught it. A female Clefable. Oh, I'm so happy. I really do like Clefable, actually. Let's nickname this Clefable. What do I want to nickname you? Oh gosh, I'm not prepared. Was not prepared for a Clefable. Well, let's be unoriginal here. Let me think. Actually, let's name you Pixel. Like Pixie. I was gonna name you Luna or something, but Pixel is a cuter name, more appropriate for Clefable. Now the thing is, Clefable is not going to learn any level up moves because Clefable is of course a stone evolution Pokemon. You're holding a Leppa Berry, I don't remember what that does. Lower special attack, which is not necessarily great for Clefable. We got Sing, Double Slot, Minimize, Metronome. That'll do for now. I mean, Clefable does not have special attacks right now. Oops. Clefable does not have special attacks right now, so the fact that it has a lower special attacking nature is not really of consequence right now, but a lot of Clefable's useful move pool is in special attacks. So that's kind of why it's disappointing. You know, I've been looking, my webcam is like tilted over one way, And I hope I haven't been just in the corner of the camera this whole time. I'm kind of like tilting over to my left. Alright, so let's just get back to Cherry Grove City and heal our Pokemon. I'm pretty happy. I can be satisfied with this Clefable. Ooh, a Snover. That's pretty cool. I was gonna say Ice Body wasn't gonna be useful this early in the game, but there we found a Pokemon with with Snow Warning already. So you never know, we might run into a Pokemon that causes a hailstorm and be able to make use of it. Okay, let's heal. And we can finish off this episode, of course, mostly due to technical problems. This episode ended up being quite a bit longer than I intended it to be, but hey, it was the first episode. We're getting things started. I wanted to get past all the tutorial stuff and get into some action. So the next episodes will probably be a little shorter than that. Now, about my upload schedule. My upload schedule had been once every other week. I would like to eventually move into a once-a-week thing, and I know I said that with my previous series as well. But I really do intend to do it this time. The only thing is I have to wait probably until August before I'll be able to get on that, because I'll be going out of town the last week in July. But I think I'm gonna start with every other week, and then after we get into August, I'll move into every week, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you're excited about the series, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, give me some tips and tricks. Let me know if you know what my mapping the controls, what my problem is with keeping those saved. If you know anything about it, give me your advice. Anyway, also subscribe to Team Eclipse if you are not yet a grunt. We would love to have you on board. Also, if you'd like to check out my channel, SweetBananaGaming, I do series like this. I just finished Pokemon White 2 Unlock, and I'm in the middle of a limited heal run of Pokemon Yellow, and I do a lot of other stuff as well, so go ahead and check me out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of my Pokemon Soul Silver Randomizer Nuzlocke. That's a mouthful.